Hold on. Yeah, I love playing Cat mid, but there's one matchup I hate and always lose, Cat versus Akali. What's up with that? You can shit on her early. You can shit on her pretty hard early. But yeah. Okay, so... Alright, so we are doing a replay analysis of KindledFlame. He is unranked right now, but he was gold for 3 seasons, so I'm gonna put him into the gold category. See, he's versing Ari with Ghost, which is interesting. He goes Darksteel 3 pots, that's fine. Ari decides to go Doran's Ring. Let's see. Kind of want to see what Ari's stats are. She doesn't have... Oh, she does have a bit of MR, so poking her out is going to be a little hard. But you can, like... try to just farm it out if you really can't kill her. If anything, you just gotta dodge her Q mainly and her... I guess like Q when she's trying to like poke you out in lane, just dodge those and just make sure you don't put yourself in a position to get E'd. If you do put yourself in a position, you just gotta make sure you dodge it. So we'll fast forward. You'll flash Ignite, so it's good on your part. Because she doesn't have Ignite or Exhaust or anything, you can probably play pretty aggressive in lane, like poke her out, trade damage. It should be fine. I don't think there's any way you can like actually die in lane unless you fuck up. So you threw the Q there. I think what you should have done, you should have probably just pressured her. Okay, first of all, autoing the minions here is a little weird. I think you should let the wave like kind of slow push just a little bit. Cause if you push in the wave too hard in the beginning, cause you're autoing this a lot. So when you push in the wave too hard early, the wave might end up like up close to her tower. So you just gotta make sure you don't push too hard. There's a chance that you might stop pushing, but if you throw your Q, it also pushes the wave. I think you should just try to zone out the Ari as much as you can and dodge the Q at the same time. You want to Q her and try to get her low because you have an aggressive summoner spell, so you gotta play pretty aggressive compared to her. I guess defense. I wouldn't say defensive summoner spell, but she has Ghost, so she's not gonna be that much of a threat to you. So I think there you should have just autoed it and then start queuing her. I know you want to try to hit level 2 first, but there's ways to do it without pushing too fast. She went Deathfire Touch, so that's a little weird. Ooh, taking a lot of damage. Okay, wait. Okay, so you auto that. Remember that when you go for autos and she's right up close to you like that. Okay, so you're trying to kill these two real fast, right? You get this one. And then you should try to like move back and forth for this one. Because taking... Oh, first of all, the minion's low, so she could potentially throw out a spell to try to like take that minion at the same time, try to poke you. That's the best scenario for her, is if she can get poke off and the minions at the same time. So you gotta be aware of that. You gotta look at your own minions and look at your position and where she's positioned, and you have to kind of tell and predict like what she wants to do. That would make it a little more easier for you to deal with some champs in lane. So you go for this, and she goes for the Q at the same time. Here, you had to back left or right. Like if you walk back forward, like back, you know, in a straight line, you're gonna get hit by everything. So here you had to auto and just move right, probably. Left maybe could have worked, but I think right was probably the better way because she'd have to run this way if she wants to hit the return Q. You just have to try your best not to get hit by the return Q. So you do have a bit of MR2, so that's pretty good. So you poke her. Yeah, so going for these minions here you dodge the Q, that's fine. Like the return damage, that's fine. But you're already a little low. But the thing is that the more damage she takes, because she wants to auto here, right? So the minions start to hit her instead, and she's taking a bit of damage. So that's fine, just because you have good sustain with Dark Seal. But next time you could take a lot less damage in lane. It's okay to give up some farm if you want to go for that early all-in later on at like level 2 or level 3. It's fine if you just give up some CS just so you can put yourself in a better position to kill them. So yeah, you're moving in lane's a little weird, but you realize how she's pretty because she's been using her level 1 Q to poke you out. So, and level 1 Q is not that strong, so she's making a mistake of using too much abilities on you early. She used her charm there too, so she doesn't have W. So you have Q and E now. Let's see how much pots. You used 2 pots. She used... So you both have 1 pot each. So try to set up there. That was a good dodge. Now she has no mana. But remember, there is a tank minion there, so you gotta be careful. So you both pop your potions. I think you're in a bit of a pickle here, but Vi actually comes in. And then flash. Nice. She's dead. Okay, so Vi helped you out, so that was good on her part. You fucked up the lane like pretty bad there. I think you could have like been a little less predictable when you're going for CS and trying to CS in lane and stuff. On top of that, sometimes it's better to just give up some CS than take damage. Okay, so you go blasting one first. I believe you told me that you were going the Rallies build, so let's see how that works out. So blasting one first is actually a good item. I think next item I would probably prioritize Sork Shoes if you're going this build, especially against Ahri. Ahri backed with nothing, so you're in a pretty big advantage here. Let's see so you should be ahead in EXP. So you're about to hit level 4, and she's halfway to 3, so keep that in mind. If you can set up, then most likely you'll win the trade, just because you're ahead in levels. But you also want to see the fact that you have more minions here, so you're going to be more ahead. So she just hit 4. Okay, just CSing. Ooh, not bad. Not bad, not bad. That was a good weave. So one thing is, okay, so let me slow that down. So you decided to go in here, right? All right, let's see exactly what can happen here. So you go in and she gets too close, so you E in and W, right? So if you look at the position here, she can charm you, and you acted really well to that. So you weaved right, and that's good. And then you throw your Q, and then you set up. Here you take the return Q. Yeah, you did. But one thing you should consider is that when you all in her, she had a shit ton of minions. So if you overextend, they're all gonna start hitting you. So you gotta first know if the trade was worth it, and I would say it is worth it. But a lot of times you just gotta consider the fact that there's a lot of minions there. Like, if there's a lot of minions, you're gonna take a lot more damage than you think you're gonna take. So be careful for that. I'm not saying this trade was bad. I'm just saying that you should always keep into consideration how many minions the enemy has, because they are gonna focus you. So, but here you got an extra auto off, and then you decide to back. So that's good. So now you just farm the wave. With Dark Seal and Biscuits, you actually heal pretty fast. And E. Nice. And E out. Oh, you died. So, one thing about that trade was that, okay, yeah, you guys both killed each other, and you got the kill first, so that's good. But one thing you should consider is that you gave up a lot of these minions here, and you missed the cannon. You missed like a lot of the other minions as well, probably because you were trying to trade and the minions died to your wave. So if you look at the difference here, you're almost level 5. But then you look at her, she's actually almost level 5 as well. And let's see the CS difference. 16 to 22, you're not exactly that much ahead either. So there, you're better off just taking the minions and then just try to do something at level 5 while she's level 4, because you still have an advantage at that point. Okay, so you decided to go Negatron. I guess that's... I wouldn't have personally gone Negatron. Well, Ari's starting to build Negatron, so I guess that's okay. Just because she's building Negatron and then you build Negatron, it kind of cancels each other out, so that's fine. But, because Ari has Negatron now, you gotta play a little bit less aggressive unless it's guaranteed. So now you see how you guys are both 5 now. Now she's like in a lot safer position. If you just took the wave and just kept your lead, then potentially you could have done... Ooh. Potentially you could have applied a lot more pressure on her. But now she's a lot more safer in lane now. So let me see that trade. So one thing you should consider is that she has Negatron, so going in for trades like this is not gonna be super efficient. I know you try to dodge the Ari charm here, but I think here you could have probably maybe should put a little closer to get some damage off. But that trade was a little weird. If anything, you should have probably walked towards the dagger right away. Hold on. So you threw that Q. Yeah, if you shimp onto her, you gotta like walk to that dagger, which you kind of did. So I guess like this trade overall was like kind of risky because you have to challenge Ari and her skill shots. So that's why you were kind of weaving around here, and that led you to take a tower shot. And on top of that, you didn't hit any of your daggers. So because she has Negatron and because she's close to her tower, that was not a safe trade. And it's only safe if she didn't buy Negatron. It would have been fine for you because potentially you could have outdamaged her. But because she has Negatron, you shouldn't go for ballsy trades like this. I think overall she did win out on that trade. 19 to 24. I would suggest you just kind of shove out this wave. I would have used that Q here. I would have used that to just shove the wave and just reset the wave in the middle. Because like what's gonna happen here is if you don't push this fast enough, the wave's gonna come up here and your minions are still gonna be up near her tower. So it's gonna be just that much a little harder for you. Yeah, you see here. So now you're in kind of like the same position. You can't get aggressive on this Ari because she's too close to her tower. That's fine. Going for Q trades like that is fine because it's safe. Now she's 6. Is she gonna go for you? Ari could have 100% killed you. You played that pretty bad too. First of all, she hit 6. You have to respect that. If the Ari actually knew what she was doing, she would have killed you 100%. Like 100%. So like, what she would do here is, she could just like ulti and just constantly just keep autoing you and just maybe stay around here, you know. But instead, she dodged your dagger here too. And she didn't even throw her Q or her charm. If she got closer to you and tried to contest it, or at least do her abilities a little bit earlier, that would have been fine. I think she was fine taking the damage from your daggers, honestly. Okay, so now you're 6. But like the moment she hit 6, you should have totally respected it because a better Ari player would have killed you. Just because of level advantage, and that level advantage happened because you decided to fight her within that wave. So overall, that one mistake led you to this whole situation here. Okay, so you're 6. Let's see. You just popped the potion. Okay, so just farm this. You can try to bait out one of Ari's skills and just try to like fight her there. Because she has no ignite. She has no ulti. Okay, so yeah, Ari might be there, so just keep a good eye out on Vi. Okay, so you're just gonna shove this. Just assume Ari backed here. Let me look at this here. So, because Sona's low, they're gonna potentially overextend for this. There is a ward here, so yeah, they're not gonna overextend. But you should shove this wave as fast as you can before Ari comes into lane. Probably Q, WQ or something, yeah. And then just back. Okay, let's see how much money you have. You have 860. I would suggest you'd buy boots. Boots and then like Negatron or something. Actually, I wouldn't. Honestly, I wouldn't have gone no magic. I would have tried to just go rallies first. Like, honestly, that no magic. If you just stayed at the no magic, you would have been fine. Ari doesn't have much kill pressure on you anyway. You don't need that extra Negatron cloak. And on top of that, Ari is this champ that you can outplay. So like you're not always guaranteed to take damage. That's why taking Negatron against Ari isn't always that good. Ari might actually go and dive. Nice. Ari goes. See Aurelia. So here you should be just shoving. You should not be roaming down, you should just be shoving. Aurelia's in a 1v3, you have nothing to do with her now. She's the one overextended, so you should just farm. So that's good. It's good that you decided to stay mid. You could keep pushing. Like what you should do is you should just hug the left side and then just keep auto attacking. When they come down from bottom, because you know they're bottom side, then you just move upwards. So let's see, are they doing dragon? No, they're not doing dragon. So yeah, here warding your bot side is good, so that was good. Okay, let me see this. So you have ulti, you have ignite, you have so many things. Sejuani, did she ult? She ulted, so I think if you could assume that she probably ulted down there. I think you could have actually just stayed and fought because first of all she's AP, she has magic damage, and you have Negatron, so you can. I would say a Katarina can burst down a Sejuani early a lot easier, right? So I think you definitely could have just like engaged, and on top of that she engaged on you with her Q first. But I guess you didn't know if she had ulti or not, so it's fine that you backed off. But if you did know, then you could have potentially killed her because she had ignite and ulti. So let's see Ari's XP. Ari's XP, she's almost 8. Ari's being kind of stupid here just by like, she autoed you and she started walking up to you, but that's not a good idea because she just tanked the tower minion, the cannon minion. Okay, so that was good. Let's go on your, I think it wouldn't have mattered what you did there anyway. You probably would have gotten the kill. That was probably the way you would have gotten the kill anyway, just by like going in ulting. You didn't need anything extra, so that's fine. Go up your team here. Okay. Now there's Sejuani. Oh my god, fuck her up. Nice combo. Okay, I didn't really see what happened there, but I don't think it was too important. Alright, so you started back. How much money you got? 1,500. I would finish the Sork boots. Wait, can you actually get... I can't see the store. Let me see what you decided to buy. I don't think you can buy Rallies straight up. Okay, you bought Sork shoes and you're building into Rallies perfectly. Perfect. Perfect build. I would have done the same thing. Okay. So here's one thing. You went back into lane. You went back here, right? So when you recall, just take a look at all the lanes. There's top. Aurelia's doing well, so potentially just try to read the map here. And when you back, like, you shouldn't always just tunnel onto mid lane. So look at the map here. You got Aurelia and Shen. Aurelia's winning, so potentially jungle can go top. Just think about that. Just let's see where Sejuani is. Sejuani's in the fountain. Okay. So yeah, potentially though, Sejuani can go top. Look down here. You see Ahri, Vayne, and Zyra. They're all fighting. And let's keep looking. Let's keep looking here. Ahri stayed. The moment these minions die, that's when you know if you should go there or not. But I would have already tried to make my way bot. Okay, so minions died, right? That means their next move is to just keep pushing. So you should be going down. And you should have started moving down probably the moment you left the fountain, because that's where all the actual is kind of happening. You do have a big wave mid, but if you want to carry games, you want to be more present around the map. Okay, so you decide to flash there. EQ, Q, E, nice. EQ. Oh, okay. Okay, so that was actually pretty good. The combos are pretty good there. Okay, so you decided to flash over. The reason why you had to flash over was because you didn't decide to move bot first, so keep that in mind. And you didn't really look at the map. So did you have a ward? You possibly had a ward. You could have warded that first. But it's good you queued here, and then because the thing landed near her, it was good that you eat onto her. But if you also look here, like, Zyra's just super low and right next to you, so you could have thrown another Q onto Zyra and combo her. Like, she was immediately dead. But I think you tunneled on your dagger too hard, and then you ended up going on Zyra afterwards. So that pretty much costed you pretty much the kill on Ahri, because you tunneled on your dagger. Just know that, like, look. So when you throw out your combo, right? When you throw out your combo in general, just know that you throw out your combo when you have all your abilities up. And when I talk about that combo, I'm talking about EWQ. So here you E, right? E onto Zyra. Q. Right at this moment, this dagger shouldn't really matter too much. Especially when there's a low as Zyra near you. You should just think that your combo is just completely gonna start again. You know what I mean? Like, the moment you get a reset, you can throw out another full rotation of your combo. And if you just look at, you know, the situation, if there's a Vayne, a Zyra, and an Ahri that are all pretty low, you can safely assume that if you use all your rotations on each champion, they're all gonna die. So I think the mindset you should have had here is, once I kill Vayne, I throw my rotation on Zyra, and then I throw my rotation on Ahri. But instead, you threw your Q, and the moment you saw that Q dagger drop near the Ahri, you jumped to it just to use it. It wasn't the most optimal move. You know what I mean? So take your resets like an opportunity to just full combo one person. And that's kind of what I do. That's how I try to ensure that, like, I pick up as much kills as possible in a fight. Just, like, spread your rotation through each champion. And the moment you get a reset, don't tunnel on your daggers either. Only use your daggers when you know you can use it well. Because a lot of people, it's kind of like the Lee syndrome. When you throw a Q, you gotta go in. That kind of thing. So don't always just jump on your dagger just because it's there. Nice one. There you could have Shumput a little better. So here you threw your Q. That's good. You procced on the Lords. Good weaving. Hit your other W. Here you could have definitely thrown out a better E. First of all, you were full health, and I guess you could assume that she used her ulti bottom. just because that whole shit happened, you know? And they were all pretty low from that. If he threw a Shunpo around here, she definitely wouldn't have gotten away. And on top of that, if she was low, Sona could have potentially gone and killed her too. I think you were afraid of tower, but honestly, Katarina and towers, once you get a kill, once you can guarantee a kill, you can jump right out anyway. So yeah, you shove out the wave here. One thing you potentially could have done was ask Sona to stay mid, and if Ari decides to just stay under tower, you guys would have 100% killed her. Jesus. E? Oh, are you gonna get him? Nice one. I think that could have played a little better. Actually, wait, no. Actually, hold on. Let me see that. Oh, it was good that you dodged the Sejuani Q and ulti though. Okay, so Sejuani just overextends. The moment she Qs, you Shunpo onto her, she throws her ulti, she fucks up. You don't have your E yet, so all you have is your Q. Vi's come in, you throw your Q. Yeah, actually, no, that was pretty good. I think anything else you probably would have died. I thought you had more skills up, but I wasn't looking careful enough. But yeah, that was pretty well played. Okay, so let's see what you decided by here. Okay, so you're very close to our allies, yeah. So you're just gonna wait for that and buy it and just go. So that's fine. One thing good about building Abyssal here is that they have a lot of AP threats. So there's Zyra, there's Ahri, there's Sejuani, and Shen. I don't know, is he a lot of AP? Not really, but he can dish out some AP damage, so ultimately Negatron would be useful against Shen. So look at the map. You see Vi getting chased, so you go. TP coming, so expect the fight. Yep. Go in. Okay, one way you could have potentially played that better is alright. Let's look at the whole vision of everything. Okay, so here you have rallies, right? So what you should have done here was out of E'd onto Sejuani, W Q'd, and pretty much aimed the Q this way. If I Shunpo onto the right of Sejuani right here, and I EWQ, you cover this whole entire area with your combo. And potentially, if you did that, because you could have Shunpo onto Sejuani a lot earlier, therefore Shen would be a lot closer. If you did that, you would have also put Shen in a position where you can slow him. Remember, your combo's important. Starting off with Q is a little awkward and it's a little situational, but most of the times, if you know that you can go in on a fight with E, then it's better to do that. So Ahri is really pretty weak. She doesn't have the damage to kill you at all. Okay. Probably could have farmed that a little better, but I don't know, maybe you weren't really looking or whatever. It's fine. Okay, so yeah, looking your way to make bottom, that's good. And on top of that, if you did have a ward, you should probably ward around here so that you can see if Ahri's gonna come or not. So the blue flash, so that's good. So you just go back to mid. So you're out farming her, so that's good. You should just keep up the out farming. That was pretty bad dagger placement in terms of trying to clear the wave. Because you queued the mage minions, you had to overextend for that dagger. Okay, so Ahri, yeah, you see Ahri like moving down, so you should just shove this as hard as you can. try to force Ahri back to mid lane, and then try to kind of like hover around bottom to see if anything happens. Ooh. And that's good. Like, you're hovering. The thing is, like, if I were to tell you to just go straight bottom, you probably would have died to Ahri. But you're hovering around. Like, you're not exactly committed to going bot. You just want to stay around in a position where you can react faster. Okay, so now you see people going bot. Now you want to go. Okay, so Ahri's over there, so that's fine. Okay, yeah, you can't kill this Sejuani, so you should just start walking back now. Yeah, the moment, like, if you just see, like, Sejuani, she was too healthy. You couldn't have killed her. And if you decided to back earlier, you probably would have gotten this wave here. You don't really need to help here exactly. And now you miss a few minions for it. If they just dragged it out here, you would have just farmed mid fine. You lost a bit of CS, but it's fine. It's fine to lose a little bit of CS, but I'm telling you in a perspective that, like, these little things can be better, and it can improve your gameplay just by like that much. You know what I mean? So it helps just to say these little things. Okay, so you don't want to really do much here. Ahri is pretty weak, but she's putting herself in a position where she doesn't really get engaged, but in return she's lacking farm. So as long as you just keep like applying the pressure up, she's pretty scared of you. So you should be able to ultimately just outfarm her all game. Okay, so you decided to go for Abyssal, that's fine. You see their team, they don't really have much MR. Okay, so when you go in an ulti like that, you probably should throw out your W at the same time. Oh, you were like 1 second away from W. That's fine though. That's fine though. You saw you had the potential to kill Zyra, especially because she's like squishy. And you have allies, so. One small little tip as well, try your best not to, like, if your team's all here, right, try your best not to use too much skills on the wave. You used all your skills here, and potentially Ahri could have died if you held all your skills. There's no point of like using your skills here. The wave's gonna get pushed regardless if there's like 4 people like autoing the wave anyway. Or let someone else do it, you know? You want to be prepared, like, because Vi jumped in there. Like, you know that a fight could potentially break out. Okay, so it looks like your team just wants to like shove in mid here, but this is a good fight for you guys. Shen gets too close. Vi's dead. Whatever, it's fine to just shove this in. Varus is also pushing bot. You could have totally killed him there. Okay, let's look at the situation here. Shen's block is here. Shen fucking misses taunt. Aurelia stunned him. So just all in this guy. Use all your skills. All in. He can't run away. He has Rallies. You have Rallies. The only way he could run away is if he flashes. So you should have just traded. You should have just traded flash for your ulti. Or even gone in here. That would have been fine too. Because ultimately, if you did decide to jump on him, yeah, he's dead, right? Yeah, I think you could have done that a lot sooner. Shen was playing a little stupid. Could have got the tower a lot earlier. Okay, so you want to go to Abyssal. Next time you probably want to go. Shen is not building any MR. He's scared of all the AD damage, so you don't have to actually go. You don't have to go voice staff here. You can go like death cap if you want. We'll see how it progresses, but right now going blasting wand is completely fine because it can build into both void staff and death cap. happens here? They die. Okay. Okay, so you see shit happening there. You should stick with your team. Going around here is a little dangerous. WQ, nice. Okay, see the weird thing is, this normally shouldn't have worked. If you're walking down here, yeah, they are tunneling on these guys. But I think normally Shen and Sejuani shouldn't be jumping on the backline like that. As much as you know, they're full health and they're pretty low, they're outnumbered. Because you were here, they obviously saw you here because you fucking walked through here. And Sejuani, because she had her ult, that's why she went in. But they don't have the damage. They just don't have the damage. And that kind of baited Ahri to stay, and that's how you got the kill. And that's just free kills for you. This is why Katarina works pretty well in low elo, just because like people like to tunnel and overextend a lot, especially like that. You know, it looked favorable for Sejuani, but obviously it wasn't, so it wasn't the right move. That's because they were outnumbered. They didn't have the damage, it was 2 tanks. So this is a little dangerous. You guys should be rotating mid. Shen's up, Sejuani's up. Yeah, you guys should have rotated mid and try to get that instead. But you guys are not gonna get this. Someone dies for it. You could potentially turn. Nope. You can try to go in now. Nice one. Yeah, so you know this is one of the reasons why people die like later on, and like, you know what I mean, when you have those games when you're just like, oh, my team is just like, we just got caught, we keep dying randomly, you know, whatever. Alright, first of all, we gotta look at death timers. 10, 19, 11, right? And Zyra and Vayne are trying to protect this tower. Zyra alone should be a sign that, oh, we can't take this, it's full health. That's when you go to the next best thing. Mid lane. Mid lane is like somewhat low. On top of that, if you guys rotated a lot faster after killing them too, it would have been a lot easier. Let me see the position you guys are in when you killed them both. Okay, so you take this tower, right? They're not up for like another 15-20 seconds, but there's 2 people up. So you'd rather, at this point, it's better to go here than here because they're a lot safer within their base. And generally, outer towers outside of the base are easier to take, especially like the more outer it is, the easier. So you should go for the easier choice. But because you guys decided to push in with like no ADC, Varus is bot, you guys can't really do damage to the tower. So yeah, you guys shouldn't have stayed this long. This long. This is like dreadfully long. 4 people. And someone overextends, dies. All the team comes, and then you get baited in. You didn't see the Shen there, Shen here, but he was responding. You go in and you die. So be a little smart with your rotations. Be a little smarter when it comes to getting things. You're lucky Varus is just sitting bot, but if he was with you guys, it potentially could have been. See, that's weird. I don't think Varus should have been pushing like this up at all. Like, this shouldn't have worked. Like, they should have seen Varus and stopped him, but I guess they just didn't. It's weird. It's weird how some things work out in low elo. It's a lot less predictable. You know what I mean? It's like oddly unpredictable. So it looks like you're going Void Staff. Deathcap. I think I would have bought Deathcap here. You can delay your Void Staff just because Shen's not building any MR. Sejuani only has 1 MR item, no magic, and Ahri's the only one actually with MR. And you can tell by Zyra's build that she's not building MR, or she's not going to build MR. Voice Staff does, Blasting One doesn't build into anything, so you could assume she's going to Rallies. And Sejuani's going to start building MR now, but it's okay because you don't actually have to focus Sejuani. If there's carries start to build MR, I think that's when Voice Staff is best. It's like almost guaranteed you have to build Voice Staff. But if it's just their tanks, and your team is ahead, Death Cap is completely fine. Okay. Good shit. Uh-oh. Okay, Vayne just overextends. I think you fucked up your resets there a little bit. Okay, so let's slow this down. Okay, so here I think you can tell that the enemy team wants to go towards the dragon. So here, your positioning here is actually pretty good. You're staying away from bottom side, you're staying away from top side, and you're kind of keeping up here. So in a sense, they have to overextend for you if they want to engage on you. Sona ults. You Q. I think because you know everyone's alive, it's good that you did not decide all in here. If anything, you could have just E'd. E'd here, and that potentially could have been fine. But nah, actually, no, it's good that you didn't E it just because Zyra was right there. But you know, Vayne decides to flank behind him. Vayne should be like over here near Zyra, honestly. And on top of that, with the Vayne, like you can't just go in on your own like that. Like you have to stick with your tanks or support or something. You need some peel. But yeah, she gets fucked. And then here, I was Shumpo right into Sejuani EQ. E, you auto instead, that's fine. Here, what you could have done was you could have E'd onto Shen, like here. Because you know that he's not going to be able to damage or anything. You could have Shumpo onto like the bottom side of Shen. E, W, Q, and it would have landed near Zyra. But you Q first. You're Qing a lot in your combos first. See, it leads a little awkward spot here. Because like, if when you Q first, you have to make sure that they kind of sit around the area. So here, because Shen decided to stay in this area, you could have just W'd and then finish him off, right? But let's say you Shumpo onto him first, and then you Q, the dagger would be here, so you're ready to jump on that next person. So Qing first, and like when you Q'd first and it landed here, it actually didn't lead to anything afterwards. You know what I mean? You kind of want to use your Shumpo to, no, your Q dagger to kind of set up. In general, you just want to use it to set up, and it's good for setting up onto your next target, or like cutting off their path or something. So that's probably what you should have done. So yeah, you guys decided on chase. Bot lane is shoving. Inhib is down for a while. You guys should be pressuring Baron and topside. And even like I think this is also a really easy tower to get for you guys as well. You can't necessarily just siege, but if any kind of skirmish happens, next thing you want to do is just focus this tower. It's like either this tower, or if you win the fight super hard, you can go for Baron. But next target is this, because this is the next easiest thing you can get. Remember that the more outer the towers are, the easier they are to get. Okay, so you guys decided to go Baron here. The thing is, this call is random and it's not calculated. Is there wards here? No wards. Okay, so you guys decided to go for this Baron call, but honestly, it's risky. But you guys get it really fast anyway. Remember that when you go for Barons, it's a 50-50 if they know. So just be aware of that. So you see your team getting chased, and you're here. You're waiting for Ahri to come. Yep. Oh. Okay, so Sona actually fucked it up there. Let me see that real quick. So Sona like shouldn't have walked towards here. I think you could have possibly gone into RE a lot sooner if you were sitting right here instead. But you know, she doesn't move away. She had ulti anyway, so I don't think you could potentially not kill her. If you decided to just walk in a bush, you could have just W ulted. Sona fucked up there. Sona should just let you do your thing. Like, you can't just put all your pressure into some place where Katarina can just pressure on her own. But yeah, it's good that you guys are going for the mid tower now. So many pings. Can't ping. I can't do the question mark ping or anything. Feels bad, dude. Okay, so you guys decided to push in. Well, Sona died for that. See, it's a little risky. Like, pushing here, yeah, you get some good damage off. Whoops. Oh my god, I went so back. You guys get the mid tower, that's good. Alright, getting this one's a little risky. I think if anything, you guys should probably try to pressure the lane that's completely on the opposite side of this one. Because you guys don't have a really good siege comp, and they have hard engage on you, it's hard. It's actually like a worse position for you guys if you guys did decide to siege, so potentially it might not go well. Sona overextended way too much for this. She died. She didn't notice that this was the main that's hitting her, and it's not gonna tank tower. So she dies for free there. Varus should have been around you guys earlier, but Varus, even then, Varus can't really hit the tower. It's like they might want to engage on you because it's 45. Sitting around mid like this might be, yeah, it's pretty bad. Bot lane inhib's gonna come up, but mostly like you want to push top lane. Top lane is the safest place to push right now because it's the furthest away from the inhib. Yeah, so you guys overextended way too far. Especially when you only had 4 people, so if they ever found a good time to engage on you, they would engage 100%. And now your team dive sorted. See, that's another thing. You guys, as soon as Sona died, you guys should have just reset and just like go back and just wait for Sona to come back up or something, cause she fucked up. And it's a 4v5. Like, you can't really do much like that, you know? You got voice staff. Next you decided to go Spectre's Cowl. So I'm guessing you're trying to go Visage. I guess that's fine just because you have void staff. But I think generally you're in a safe position to where like you can kite both things really easily as long as you're not taking the brunt of the engage. Vayne should be dead. Okay, so now your team should be rotating to either push bot or mid. Aurelia looks like she wants to just shove in bot, so you guys should be grouping top. Varus decides to go for red, which is a terrible idea because there's only a limited amount of time in which Vayne can like be alive again. So it also wasn't a good thing. Like the moment, oh yeah, Varus also decides to back. So you guys gotta make sure you guys don't overextend here. But just the fact that Sona showed herself here and tries to like get aggressive means that you guys are obviously trying to push top. It's fine to just stay in the fog of war for a little bit, just let the wave push, and it'll be less expected. But now they're gonna bring everyone top, and now you can't push it anymore. But now that dragon's coming up, you guys can just go for that. That's probably free. You guys decide to wait here. See, one thing with this call is that you want to see where your minions are. So that, first of all, your wave, like when you wait here, you want to find information to predict that they're going to walk up. So basically, when you sit here, you want your minions to be closer so that it feels like they're safe enough to farm. If the minion comes any sooner, oh, let me see where the wave is. So it would have stopped around here, but the thing is you have to wait for your wave to come all the way up. You don't think someone's just gonna like walk up and try to farm your wave that's like all the way over here. So that's one thing you gotta consider when you're waiting in a bush. It's gotta be well thought out. You can't just wait in a bush and just expect someone to walk in it, unless it actually works. Then I can't really say much about it, but usually it shouldn't. Okay, we should be with your team right now. You shouldn't be up here pushing. Okay, it looks like you're trying to assassinate Ari. Ari should be dead. Yeah, that was really bad on your part. You pretty much drew this fight. So first of all, Vi's doing dragon. You want to help her out ASAP. ASAP. Just run to there right now, because you know they're trying to fucking do it, and on top of that, Varus dies. So you should be here. The moment Varus dies, you should have known. You should have walked here. Like, as much as it is Vi's fault for kind of doing Baron, it's also Varus's fault that he overextended here. But it's also your fault that you're not taking care of your team in a way that a carry should. Like, you're strong. You're the carry of the team. You're 11-3, and you could potentially clean up any fight. So, why aren't you around your team? Your team isn't as strong as you are, so you gotta carry them. So you gotta be around them when any kind of play happens. Especially like if Zyra and Vayne happen to jump on Varus, right? They jump on Varus, then you can jump on them. You know, you gotta be there for your team. On top of that, Sejuani ends up getting the Inferno. So this game is just getting dragged out to the point where they can potentially get tanky for enough for you to just not be able to kill them. So your team's just basically wasting time. You should have looked at the map there a little better and just not be so tunneled on farm. Because though Vayne just fucks up though. Okay, so you come back with the Banshees. Banshees is fine. I don't think much is gonna happen here. Looks like you guys want a Baron. Aurella's on the other side of the map without TP, so looks like you guys are going for the bait. Looks like the enemy team is taking it. Looks like Vayne is fucked. Vayne is just playing really poorly this game. It's because she keeps going into the front line. So a lot of this game was salvaged just because of the Vayne. Like, she keeps misplaying, she keeps mispositioning. So your game actually kind of got saved because of her. You guys get Baron. Let's see, this push is a little weird. You guys shouldn't be up too far. Everyone's up, and on top of that, your bot lane's in mid and all the way over there. So, if anything, you should probably try to push safely, and that's all. Because Aurelia is pressuring, like, Aurelia should have kept pressuring, I think. If she kept up the pressure here and kept two people mid, she could constantly just keep going for that inhib. Yeah, let's go for the mid one because the main wave was actually there, so that's fine. Varus is having a bit of a tough time hitting the tower. But this is going to be a bit of a slow siege. You just want Aurelia to be able to pressure. But the thing is, Shen applies a little bit more pressure than Aurelia just because Shen has ulti. But you just got to make sure your top is pushing. So top is being pushed. So if you wait it out long enough, your top's going to end up pushing towards their tower so you can rotate up and down. Okay. So she decides to go super hard on me. Okay, you kill. Okay, nice combo. W. Oh, you're dead. Oh, okay, you're good. That was pretty well played. Let me slow that down. See exactly what happened. Okay, so Vi decides to go in on a Vayne that's overextended. That's fine because it made her blow her flash and cleanse, and like if that Vi ended up ulting onto someone, then Sona can easily follow up with her ulti. But like Vayne flash and QSS and all that shit, so there's that. So then you see Vayne that's low, that's good. So you Q, ulti, W, yep, so she dies. Sona ults Sejuani. So you jump on Ahri, that's good, EWQ. And what's good here is that you eat onto Ahri first. That was good. You eat onto Ahri and then you move to the dagger. So that's another thing that was good. Here, what you could have done there instead. So you jump onto Vayne, you kill her. That was good. And then you get CC'd. But Banshees helps you live that. EWQ, jump onto Ahri, and then touch the dagger. Here, you could have just... Here is a time where you should throw your Q first. Because when you E in, you gotta make sure you can E in safely. And you're gonna be in between a Sejuani and a Zyra. Here, you could have... Yeah, you should put in, but here you could Q. The dagger would generally be in the same place. You could even W to like move away. So like Q, W, there'll be like two daggers right here. Like one here, and then you can E. That would work too. And then potentially just ulti Zyra like right here. Cause you have it up like real soon. But you kill Sejuani. I think you could have killed Sejuani a little bit differently and then jump onto Zyra right after. Generally you did the same thing. Here you could have probably jumped on Zyra right away, but you did get a little scared. Like she had snare and everything, but that was just a bit of that snare was something you could have just outplayed with the Shimpo. Here you're really close to touching your dagger. I think you end up touching it. Oh, but he takes it. And then you jump on that dagger, which made no sense. I don't know whose redemption this is, but oh, it's Sona's. Okay, yeah, you guys are fine. I thought it was enemies. And you guys win. Alright. So I'm gonna go over this. I'm gonna do an overview of this game. So let's see. I think your laning your early, like very early level 1, level 2-ish, you took way too much damage. You shouldn't be taking that much damage, especially when Ahri's that back. And like she's just hitting you with Qs, and like she just played the early game a lot better. Like the early laning a lot better just because she was able to hit the Qs and stuff like that. So you got a little outplayed there because you kept overextending for minions, and you kept getting into range of her, so you kept challenging your skills. If you challenge your skills, you have to be ready to dodge them, and you gotta know exactly how she wants to throw out those Qs. If you don't, and you just kind of like take a guess, then it's not always gonna be guaranteed, you know. You did go the Rallies build, and it's just something that I wanted to also test out, so it did work out pretty well here. It made you tanky enough later on to where, you know, that triple you did at the very end, that pretty much was possible because you built a bit tanky. You didn't have Gunblade, and let's say you replaced the Rallies for Gunblade, you'd be way too squishy, even if you had Banshee's Veil. So that was good. I think overall, in terms of roaming, you did fine. There was that one roam where you could have went bot from your base. Know that when you're backing, you have access to all lanes here. You have access you're free to go any lane, but most of the times it's better to go mid because that's your lane. But be open to lane gank, because no one sees lane ganks coming. No one has vision of your lane like here. So if you walk down here in any of the lanes, then like it's almost a free gank if they overextend. They just won't see it coming. So yeah, just be aware of that. When you back, don't just tunnel onto mid lane. You're free to gank other lanes. Just make sure that when you do gank another lane, that you won't lose too much mid, or it's guaranteed, or you know, there was a skirmish going bot, so that was fine. You should just went mid in the first place, especially because Ahri was there, and that means there's gonna be no pressure mid lane. So you're better off going bot there, and you did, and you got 2 kills. Another thing is with your combos, you're starting with your Q a lot, and sometimes it's better to just go E first, because if you go Q first, then you're trying to like chase him down, or you're trying to like kind of cut their path, you know what I mean? But when you E first, you're kind of already know that you're gonna get a kill. So then E pretty much lets you set up in a way that going Q first can't. E lets you set up onto the next person. E lets you, you know, pretty much gives you a leeway to jump on another area near you. You know what I mean? So you cover more distance doing that. When you Q first, you Q in, and you have to know exactly where the opponent wants to go. If you Q and then E and then W, they have to be sitting in that area, and that's not always easy to pull off. You'd rather kind of jump on them and sort of bait them into going one place and then throw your Q so that it cuts them off there and they can't do anything about it. Also, learn to rotate around the map. You guys, like, I know you guys didn't exactly throw the game, but you guys were throwing at a certain point. That could have been potential throws if the enemy played that a lot better afterwards. So learn to see where the advantages are and where the pressure is, because if mid-hip's gone, then you want to pressure topside. If there's one outer tower alive, you want to get that first, because that's, well, not always, you don't want to always get it first, but like if it's generally a freer tower than all the other towers, so keep that in mind as well. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much all I have to say. It was a winning game, so I still had a lot to say though, because I think you could have played it a little better, and your team as well. Varus kept like splitting off and doing his own thing, but that ended up getting this bot tower, bot inhib, so that was good. That was the enemy's fault for not stopping him. It's just the Varus in your base. He's gonna get caught out and die, but they just didn't go for him, so that actually worked out for some reason, which it shouldn't have. And the Vayne fucked up a lot. So yeah, these two ADCs were just kind of all over the place. I would say for your build here, you could have potentially went Deathcap over Void Staff. But the thing is, you were planning on building MR afterwards, so it's good that you built the Void Staff first. Because if you went Deathcap, it pretty much gives you no way to go into Bansheesville. Like, you can't really go into Bansheesville at that point. You have to go Void at any certain point of the game because, first of all, Zyra went CC Rot, Vayne went Scimitar, Ahri went Abyssal, and they all have MR at the end of the day. So if you had Bansheesville, potentially you wouldn't have been able to finish the Void. So it's good that you finished the Void first, knowing that you were going to build Banshees later on. Or, like, you built the Void and know that you need the defensive item, and pretty much Void lets you build into any other item freely later on. Especially when you have 2 other damage items kind of backing it up. But yeah, that was pretty much it. Pretty good game. And yeah, GG's.